children, not the state. Women must decide our fate.
I'm Gilda Gonzalez, CEO of Planned Parenthood Northern California, and I'm so grateful that you have decided to participate in our call to action this weekend. The stakes are high. Lives depend on California stepping up and doing the right thing, despite what the U.S. Supreme Court may or may not do. Just a few days ago, we did see a leaked document. And if that draft opinion comes to fruition, the absolute worst case scenario has occurred. Upwards of 26 states will now begin to eliminate abortion access. And we can't tolerate that here in California. Where will people go if we do not stand strong and are prepared to open our doors and provide the care that everyone needs and wants? I'm so grateful to be standing alongside with warriors like you, because this is the moment. We must stand strong. We must ensure that reproductive freedom remains a freedom for everyone. Thank you so much. And please consider donating to us here in Planned Parenthood Northern California so that we can remain strong for Northern Californians and everyone arriving at our door. Thank you so much.
My name is Shannon Olivieri Hovis, and I'm the director for NARAL Pro-Choice California. NARAL is the oldest and largest abortion rights advocacy organization in the country, and we fight for reproductive freedom for all people, powered by our 300,000 members in California and our more than 2.5 million members nationally. Our right to determine if, when, and how to raise a family is in unprecedented jeopardy. It is clear that the Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade, ending a nearly 50-year constitutional right to abortion and allowing states to ban abortion, which we expect 28 states to do. California's role in the fight for reproductive freedom has never been more important. And so I ask you to do two things right now. First, sign up to volunteer with NARAL. Help us ensure that California continues to earn our designation as a reproductive freedom state. And help us hold anti-choice elected officials all across this country accountable for what they are doing. And second, follow NARAL Pro-Choice California on social media. We are at Pro-Choice CA across all of our channels. Thank you for all that you are doing for reproductive freedom.
Hi, I'm Jessica Pinkney. I use she and her pronouns, and I'm the executive director at Access Reproductive Justice, California's only statewide abortion fund. Access Reproductive Justice has existed for nearly 30 years and provides procedural and practical support such as transportation, lodging, childcare, food, and doula support to those accessing abortion in California. We cannot do this work without you. Rallies, protests, and marches are just the beginning. This work is ongoing. Please go to our website, accessrj.org, to learn more. There, you can sign up if you're interested in volunteering with our organization. If you become a practical support volunteer with Access Reproductive Justice, you can drive people to their appointments. You can potentially house them in your home for overnight visits. And you can provide direct cash assistance to people to help them pay for their abortions, pay for transportation, pay for lodging, and any other supports they might need. Our health line is open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, and is supported by our two amazing Healthline staff. Our Healthline is supported solely on individual donations. Your donation makes a difference. please go to accessrj.org and make a donation of any amount. You can even set up monthly recurring donations, which make all of the difference as we plan to support an increase in patients coming to California seeking abortion care. We can't do this work without you, and we're happy to be in this fight together. Thank you.
Hi, this is Kudrat D. Chaudhry, the new co-chair of Women's March San Francisco. Fighting for justice doesn't stop at just showing up at marches. Fighting for justice requires consistent intersectional engagement and advocating against injustices that continue to plague our communities. This is your reminder to stand in the right side of history, not just by showing up to rallies and marches, but also by advocating beyond. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Allison Go, and I use she, her pronouns. I currently serve as the president of the League of Women Voters of San Francisco. The League is a nonpartisan political nonprofit that defends democracy. We educate and empower people to vote in elections and participate in government. We do not support or oppose candidates or political parties, but we do take positions on issues and engage in advocacy to influence public policy that benefits our community. People of all genders are welcome. Today, abortion is still legal nationwide. And not only is the right to a safe and legal abortion a matter of personal freedom, but it's also a major factor in the movements for racial and economic equality. Women of color and underserved communities already experience unfair barriers and limited access to adequate healthcare services. So this is why it's important that we continue to show up and to vote. Have you changed your name or moved recently? You may need to re-register to vote with the Department of Elections. Are you looking for unbiased and easy to understand information about what's on your upcoming ballot? Check out our guides and recommendations at lwvsf.org/vote. If you're interested in getting involved, we're always looking for volunteers and not just during election time. Our members are also involved with community safety and government transparency right here in San Francisco. Visit our website, lwvsf.org/vote, or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Thank you. And let's continue to show up to make our voices heard for reproductive choice.
Hi, I'm Lauren Babb, she, her, chair of the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. The Commission stands ready to support whatever is necessary to protect rights, access, and bodily autonomy here in California and for those who seek care. The Commission is proud to administer the privately funded abortion access program at the CSUs and UCs to provide abortions on college campuses. In addition to that, we have been supportive of the Future of Abortion Council's efforts to expand access to care in the policy realm and at the local level. We will continue to fight for rights of women and pregnant people to make their own decisions about their own bodies. California has been preparing for this moment, and the Commission is grateful to be a part of the planning process and make sure that our state is a refuge for all that need it. So what do we need from you? We need donations to our local abortion funds like Access RJ. We need donations to our reproductive health clinics like Planned Parenthood. And we need you all to get out and vote in June and in the general. It is absolutely critical that we are electing leaderships that knows the importance of keeping our rights safe. So thank you so much, SF, for being out there, for marching, for standing with us. It's not lost. Just know that the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls is ready and willing to help those that need it, no matter what. So thank you, Women's March SF. I miss y'all. I know you're going to have an amazing time, and we stand with y'all. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Tiana Day. I use the pronouns she, her, and I'm the founder of the 501c3 organization Youth Advocates for Change. It's a nonprofit to amplify youth voices through intersectional social justice issues. And today I just wanted to talk about the importance of defending Roe versus Wade. It is so important that you guys are going out there and educating yourselves, voting, and making sure that your voice is heard, because at the end of the day, we know huge decisions like this impact, disproportionately impact marginalized communities of color, and those impacts in times like these where the COVID-19 pandemic have already put everyone in such a horrible situation is like the last thing that we need. And also, we don't need people making decisions about other people's bodies. That's just not how things should work. I genuinely believe from the bottom of my heart that I should have the right to do whatever I want to do with my body, and I believe that you should too. So with that being said, this is everyone's problem. It's not just a problem of someone who has uterus. It is the issue of everyone.
Hi, my name is Saru Jayaraman, and I am the president of One Fair Wage. We're a national organization representing the more than 14 million restaurant and service workers across the country who are an overwhelming majority low-wage women workers. When and if Roe versus Wade gets overturned, our population will be the most impacted. They are the least able to afford to travel across state lines to get an abortion or to find access to health care, which their employers do not provide in our industry. They are struggling now to survive, and it got much worse during the pandemic. And this is why our struggles are interconnected. The women in our industry, and frankly across the country, all women, deserve both the right to an abortion and the ability to feed their families, to earn a livable wage that allows them to access health care and take a day off when they are sick or when they need an abortion, take more than a day off. And so in Michigan, we're working to raise wages and uplift our members' needs and concerns across the country. But this year in Michigan in particular, we're moving ballot measures. There's both supporting the measure to ensure the right to an abortion in Michigan and to raise the minimum wage in Michigan to $15 an hour. The wage for waitresses right now in Michigan is just over $3. These two together will drive millions of people to the polls this November to vote themselves a raise in a critical election where the governor and AG are up for re-election in Michigan, and they will determine who counts the votes in the presidential in 2024. So we are joining you in rallies all across the country on Saturday the 14th in the Bay Area, and on Sunday the 15th we'll be with Congressmember Pramila Jayapal in a series of events in the Bay Area. We'd love you to join and learn more. You can go to raisethewagefund.com to see all of the events happening or to donate if you can't join us. We hope that this is just the beginning of working together, as I said, to ensure that working women in America can both have the right to an abortion and a livable wage that allows them to survive. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Imani Rupert Gordon. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'm the Executive Director for the National Center for Lesbian Rights. We are a national legal organization that works to achieve civil and human rights for all LGBTQ people and our families. We are at a crossroads right now, and we're outraged. But we should contextualize this. Let's remember that what we've seen is a draft opinion, not a final opinion. Clinics are open and ready to serve and support. If you know people that have appointments or want to make appointments, right now, Roe and Casey are still law. Folks can and should keep their appointments and continue to make appointments. And now it's up to us. For almost 50 years, we've been able to know that abortion was available to us, that our bodies have been our choice, and we need more bodily autonomy, not less. And the fact that we've been able to see a draft of this opinion, we know what this court is capable of. So as outraged as we are, I'm thankful that it is clear as day what we are up against. And let's remember, we have history on our side. We stand on the shoulders of giants. The strength and bravery that runs through our veins runs through our movements, and that cannot be underestimated. It's our time. Nothing in this country has ever happened without our votes and without people in the streets. And the people in the streets are looking for the institutional support of the courts. Our movement includes all of us at every single level. Let's do right by the trailblazers whose shoulders we're standing on. And let's give the future leaders some shoulders to stand on too. It's our time. See you out there.
My name is Chantal Hildebrand. I use she and her pronouns, and I am the Deputy Director at Alliance for Girls, the nation's largest association of organizations and schools working collectively towards gender equity in the San Francisco Bay Area and LA County. When we say girls, we are referring to gender-expansive youth, including cis girls, trans girls, non-binary youth, gender non-conforming youth, genderqueer youth, and any girl-identified youth. At Alliance for Girls, our staff and board believe that safe abortion is a human right, and a person's right to choose what they want to do with their body is theirs and no one else's. As we and our 180 member organizations work to protect and expand the rights of girls and gender-expansive youth, we are deeply aware of how overturning Roe versus Wade threatens these populations and the thousands of women, girls, and every other human with a uterus who does this work. Rallies and protests and marches are just the start. It is essential that we use our voting power to ensure that this and other laws protecting our human rights are upheld. I also encourage you to donate to one or more reproductive health and reproductive justice organizations, such as Planned Parenthood Montage, Access Reproductive Justice, or the National Network of Abortion Funds. Join us in standing up for human rights.
Hi everyone, my name is Daisy Prado and I am the Program Manager for Health and Safety at San Francisco's Department on the Status of Women. I first want to thank every single one of you for the time and energy that you're putting into fighting back against this full-on attack on our reproductive rights and our basic human rights. We all know that if Roe falls, it will be our most vulnerable communities that get hit the hardest and get hit first. And we also know that 1 in 4 women will have an abortion in their lifetime. So it's absolutely crucial that we protect access to abortion. Outside of our marches and our rallies, we can also take other actions to make sure that we uplift our most vulnerable communities and protect access. 1, if you can and are able to, please donate to your local abortion fund. And you can find your local abortion fund, or you can find an abortion fund outside of your state at the National Network for Abortion Funds. These funds go to directly help folks with transportation costs and other service costs surrounding their access to abortion. And 2, we can all use our economic power to apply pressure. So identify 3 services, products, or companies that you give your money to who are also supporting anti-choice lawmakers and anti-choice candidates, and cut your services with them. We can all use our economic power to apply pressure. Thank you so much, and see you out in those streets.
Hello, my name is Nadia Ramon, and I am the co-president of the San Francisco Women's Political Committee. At SFWPC, we know that abortion is health care and a human right, and that access to abortion saves lives every single day. Abortion and reproductive freedom are cornerstones of our personal autonomy, and overturning Roe versus Wade and attacking 50 years of federal abortion rights at this moment in our fragile democracy is all about control. It's about controlling people who can become pregnant, about controlling women, people of color, the LGBTQ+ community, and further marginalizing poor communities. This is about power and limiting who has it by removing their ability to control their personal destiny. We're grateful to be in California, a state that believes in protecting the right to abortion. But unfortunately, this is not the case in 28 states across the USA, where abortion will either be banned or tightly restricted in the weeks and months following Roe v. Wade being overturned. SFWPC will support organizations and efforts across the US to ensure access to abortion care. We're going to be at the front lines of this fight, and we ask you to join us there in 3 different ways. 1, by contacting your senators and Congress members and demanding their support for the Women's Health Protection Act, H.R. 3755. 2, by donating to abortion providers and pro-choice advocacy groups and providing support for people seeking care. And 3, by voting for pro-choice leaders committed to codifying abortion access into federal law, and those who will fight to expand access and care so that the most marginalized communities have access to the support that they need. Be loud, create awareness, keep showing up, and vote.
Hi, my name is Denise Garcia, and I use she and her pronouns. I am the Policy Director for the Office of Sexual Harassment, Assault, Response, and Prevention, also known as SHARP, housed under the Human Rights Commission. The issue with Roe v. Wade being overturned is not just about abortion access, it's about losing the right to body autonomy for everyone. And specifically, this way of thinking is connected to all the new anti-transgender laws we are seeing spread across this country. I urge you to donate to your local reproductive health center, such as Lion Martin Community Health Services here in San Francisco.
Hi, my name is Supervisor Hillary Ronan in San Francisco, California. My pronouns are she, her. I am asking you to stand up right now for reproductive rights. Vote. Vote, vote, vote. Please vote for candidates, for pro-choice candidates, but even more importantly, pick up the phone right now and call your representatives in Congress. Tell them to legislate Roe v. Wade. Tell them there's something they can do now. They can open abortion clinics on federal lands in states that outlaw abortion. We must stand together now, stronger than we ever have before, and fight back to ensure a safe future where everyone can control their own body in this country. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Connie Chan, San Francisco's District 1 Supervisor. Us as women and women of color and allies to women around you, we're facing a really tough choice right now. And that choice is not to give up. It is feeling so easy to just want to give up because there's so much despair and anxiety and fear when we saw that generations of women before us have fought the fight, and yet we still are here fighting to make sure that we have right to our bodies. But not to give up is the choice we've got to make. And that means to vote for candidates that are pro-choice, that will support women's right to their bodies, and to also pick up our banners, our signs, and go on march and protest and hold our elected officials, both on a local, state and federal level, accountable, and making sure that they hear us roar. So don't give up, and let's go.
Hi, my name is Malia Chavez, she, her, ella, and I'm the Executive Director of the Women's Building here in San Francisco, where for over 50 years, we've been providing services and advocacy for the advancement and well-being of women of all ages. Every year, we welcome over 25,000 women to our building and to our services. This is a critical time in our history and very important for all of us to play a role. For more ideas and information on how you can get involved, I'm going to turn it over to our Community Engagement Coordinator.
Hi, my name is Kristen Acosta, she, her, ella, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator here at the Women's Building. Today, we're asking you to stand in solidarity with us, all women around the country, and all birthing people to protect our reproductive rights and autonomy of our body. We encourage everyone to 1, continue to exercise our rights to vote, march, and protest. 2, support legislation such as the Women's Health Protection Act, which protects the right to access safe reproductive and abortion services. And 3, continue to organize, volunteer, and donate to partner organizations that are on the front lines.
Hi, my name is Catherine Stephanie, and I'm the District 2 Supervisor here in San Francisco. Conservative extremists have been trying to take away the right to choose since 1973. And now the right wing of the Supreme Court has signaled that restricting our reproductive freedoms is closer to becoming a reality than ever before. As a mother of a 12-year-old girl, I am enraged and I'm ready to fight. Marches, rallies, and protests are just the start of ensuring that our voices are heard. We must show up at every election and vote for candidates that are unapologetically pro-choice, who will protect our right to decide what happens with our own bodies. Our lives are on the line, and we have to act now.
Hi, my name is Carmen Chu, San Francisco City Administrator. First, I want to thank Women's March for bringing women across our Bay Area and the country together to make sure that we come together during important times. There's been recent news about the Supreme Court's potential decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. And I know that this is causing a lot of worries and a lot of concerns for many of us in the community. We've had lots of conversation with friends and others about what do we do. And in many times when we face great challenges, the one thing we know that we can consistently do that really makes a difference is remembering to go out and to vote. Make sure that you're registered to vote. Make sure that your friends and family, that your daughters, your mothers, your aunties are all registered to vote, to ensure that your voice is heard and the issues that are important to you and the rights that are important to you are listened to.
Hi, my name is Salamawit Tekla Asmarom, and I'm one of the co-chairs at Women's March San Francisco. Freedom of speech is a cornerstone of our democracy. So get out there, make some noise, exercise your First Amendment rights, and be an intersectional activist. One of the ways you can do that is by donating. And in lieu of donating to Women's March San Francisco, we're asking that folks donate to one of our partners, such as Planned Parenthood Northern California, Access Reproductive Justice, NARAL Pro-Choice California, and so many others. You can stay engaged and connected to us by visiting our website, womensmarchsf.org. And there you can also find a list of our partners by going to the About section and then clicking Partners. You will see a list of SF Bay Area community and nonprofit organizations. Let's keep the fight going.
Not the church and not the state. Women must decide our